welcome to Next Level Podcast. I will be your host this evening. My name is Lily, and of course, I'm joined by the most talented, most handsome Mario. How are you doing?
Amazing. What an amazing introduction. I'm incredible. Even better now.
No
Thank you.
problem. So it's a pleasure to talk to you again. You might not remember, but you sang Happy
I,
Birthday to me probably like a couple years ago.
I'm like, yo, she looks super familiar. I just ain't remember like exactly where it is. Okay.
Yes, it was here in Atlanta. It was with Tig. You sang Happy Birthday
Okay.
to me, made my whole little day. So it is a
Okay.
pleasure to speak to you again.
Very good to see you too. Thank you for doing this interview.
No problem. Now, before we get into the questions, in the Skyy Lounge, we like to play an icebreaker, kind of loosen up the vibes, get to pick your brain.
All right.
So this one is this or that, the luxury edition. So it's a play off your song, luxury.
No, I'm all about the luxury.
Okay, we're gonna see how
luxury.
much. So you're either gonna pick from this or that. I'm gonna give you two options, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so your first one. Would you rather go to a fancy restaurant or a cookout in the backyard?
Definitely a cookout in the backyard. I mean, I feel like I love home cooked food. I done went to a couple of restaurants since things opened back up a little bit, and a lot of places, I ain't gonna lie, they don't taste like what they used to taste like before the pandemic. You feel me? So I'm like, yo, home cooked meals been doing it for me. So
Okay.
I would definitely say that. Yeah. And if I'm, if I'm dating somebody and I'm with them, like I want to meet your family, your friends, and like see how you are and like your natural element. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I would say that.
I like that.
For
Okay.
sure. Yeah.
Okay, the next one. Would you rather have designer shoes or Nikes fresh out the box?
Man, I've been like Converse dude lately. You feel me? But I'm gonna have to say, gotta have heart like Nikes fresh out the box.
Hey, listen, that was one of my favorite songs growing up. I used to have it on repeat all the time.
Thank you. Definitely inspired by, the Isley Brothers. You know what I'm saying? I grew up listening to all types of music from like old school R&B to hip hop to new R&B. So I would say that song and my first album, even Braid My Hair, like the whole falsetto movement for me was inspired by the Isley Brothers, who just had that crazy verses. And so just wanted to like put that story out there. Shout out to like the ones who paved the way for us, kept it. You know what I'm saying? Kept it sexy.
Love it. Okay, the next one. Would you rather make love out the country or back home in your own oasis?
Oh, that's a hard one. That's a hard one. I can't lie because I like in my current state, I would say out the country because I've been home too much. You feel me? So I'm gonna say right now how I feel is like I would love to be, somewhere else, somewhere in Greece or like somewhere in, Bali, somewhere making love and meditating and just detoxing from all of the craziness.
Yes, sounds like a vibe.
Not that I can't do that at home, because I do, but it's different when you.
It's different.
Yeah, different portal, different frequency. Yeah.
Okay, this is the last one.
Okay.
Would you rather give your lady nice jewelry or an expensive handbag?
Both.
Okay.
I would say both. Put the jewelry in the handbag. You feel me?
The more, the merrier. It works.
Yeah. Tasteful. I'm all about tastefulness. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about let me get to know who you are, what you like. Some girls like tasteful stuff. Some girls like more both. So, you just got to fill it out. But, you know what I'm saying? You got to know who you buying stuff for, too. Because I feel like going purse shopping sometimes can be hard because everybody don't got the same style.
True.
Like when I say, that sounds crazy. That sounds like I got multiple women buying stuff for me. What I'm trying to say is that you got to know your woman. You know what I'm saying? And that in itself is a process. But if you hit it on the head, man, listen, she gonna be happy.
This is true. Well, that was fun.
That was very fun. Those were great questions too.
Thank you. Okay, but now it's time for the real questions. So it's going down Saturday, April 10th at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Super excited. So can you tell fans what to expect from Saturday's concert?
So my first one, Luxury Love, was different sets Every song kind of had its own vibe and different lights. This one is kind of like a portal. And I really just wanted it to be the camera, the mic, the songs, and you. And, you know, I really just take them on a journey from like new records to like records on my first album, records on my first independent release, Dance in Shadows, all the way up until now with Luxury Love. So it's really just a 60-minute show of me just performing the records that people love. I couldn't put every single song in there, but I did the records I felt like people wanted to hear. And man, I'm doing the records I feel like people want to hear. And I hope that I hope y'all enjoy it, you know, before we get back out here. This probably will be my last like viral show, virtual show, until I go on tour. If I do another one, it's gonna be something that's a lot more intimate and just like probably from the crib or something, like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just like singing, you know, to the fans. So
Okay.
yeah, it's called Inertia. It's called Inertia. I named it Inertia because I was reading a book by Neville Goddard, and he was talking about the consistency of manifestation. And at the point that you shift into something else should be after, you know, you fully grounded yourself in your truth and what you believe. And I just felt like it was a powerful word. And I relate to that word because I found that every time I was consistent in something and I was supposed to grow from something else or make a challenge, there was always a force. Make a change. There was always a force that came in my life that inspired me, whether it was good, bad, light, dark, whatever it was always like something that inspired me to want to make a shift and to start, you know, my next level. So that's kind of what the idea of the name of the show came from.
Okay, and I'm glad you touched on it because listen, that was gonna be my next question. Like,
Okay.
where did the title even come from? You broke it down and everything, so
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Okay,
I just be trying to like, I like to take, you know, I feel like with music and visuals and shit is like it's a mental thing, but it's also like how do I though I'm doing old songs or like songs that people know and some new ones, how do I introduce another side of me that my fans don't know? Whether it be just a title, whatever. Like how do I show growth? How do I show where I'm at mentally, spiritually, physically?
okay, I like it. Well,
Yeah.
you're speaking mentally. I want to know. You know, speaking of old songs, when you sang Ghetto Karma Sutra and How Could You? At the age that I had no idea what you was singing about, but I was singing it with so much passion and force. So did you even know what you were really singing about when you sang that line at that age? Or I just need to know.
Yo, it's so crazy that you asking that question because when I think about when I first started and the types of songs I was singing, I'm like, yo, I didn't know nothing about love. I didn't know nothing about. Now, I'm gonna be honest. I was an early bloomer when it comes to, you know, breaking my virginity and all of that, because, you know, I lived a fast life. But I still didn't know about love. I still didn't know about real commitment, none of that. And I was only singing love songs for the most part. So, but the Ghetto Karma Sutra, yeah, I definitely knew about it. Because my first girlfriend was ghetto, my second girlfriend was ghetto, and then I started getting classier as I got older. So,
oh, I'm all shout out to the ghetto girls who inspired that line.
Hold on, like how you don't know? Like my first, like I was singing Just a Friend. I was on the block in Baltimore. All right, cool. The girl that was in the video, I don't even know why they got that girl. No shout out. Like she wasn't the type of girl that I would date at the time. She was beautiful, but she was more like, she was a model. Like she was like a model like that they casted. Like, you feel me? I wanted to use a girl from Baltimore like that. I knew, but they was like, nah, that's not how it worked. You know, we do casting and so that's how she got that part. But like, braid my hair, like, I'm not singing that about some girl from like an upper class neighborhood. Like that's about shorty that I grew up with. They used to braid my hair. I would go on tour, and then I would go back home to get my hair braided. I would spend the bread just to fly home and get my hair braided by, and then I would go back on the road again. So when I cut my hair, this is the story behind that. When I cut my hair because I couldn't do that no more. And she was the only person I liked. I'm like, yo, I'm not just about to be in London and having some girl in London braid my hair. They don't, no offense to the girls in London. Maybe it changed, but they just didn't do it the same.
Yeah.
You feel me? And so that's why I cut my hair.
You a real one. I trust as a female.
Feel me? Like I had to.
Yeah.
It had to be right.
Now, just like,
girl, won't you braid my hair, baby, make me feel alright, and make it last all night.
yes. And now, since we're speaking of backstories, that song is the reason why I learned how to braid hair, because all of the little dudes I had a crush on had braids, and I'm like, in the video, Mario sitting between the girl's legs. I want him to sit between my legs so I can braid his hair. So I learned how to braid because of the song.
Listen, man, I think that was like something for the culture. You feel me? Like that was something like that. Everybody had braids back then. Everybody had baggy clothes. Everybody had it was a time that is so nostalgic in music. You know, I wouldn't say I was the first person to sing about braids, but I feel like in my generation, in my era, I think I was the one that kind of put that on the map.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I'm happy you learned how to braid. You still know how to braid?
I do.
Still got it?
I do.
Still got it? When's the last time you braided somebody's hair, though?
It was probably like a month ago.
Oh, so you just do so like your girls be hitting you like, yo, can you come? I'm about to pull up.
It's funny because I am considered the hairstylist out of my friends. We were in Miami this past weekend for my friend's wedding. Everybody had to wear a ponytail, and I had to do about 3 ponytails.
That's a heavy burden to carry. It's like you mess it up, and you only got so much time.
Hey, I made it do though. We got it done. Now, like just like in-person concerts, there are different levels of tickets that fans can purchase. And for Saturday's concert, I know that you have the VIP one-on-one experience. Can you break down really quickly what the experience will be like?
Kind of like this right here. You know, I talked to, I think the last time, I can't remember how many people we had, but basically I talked to my fans, like we go through Zoom, talk about whatever, talk about the show. They show me like nostalgic material they got, like first albums or like just anything really. I had some people come on there and like be like, yo, I'm an artist and I sing, and like they'll sing like so many different personalities from all around the world, and it's just dope because Zoom allows us to talk to anybody. So yeah, it's just me and a fan just chopping it up one-on-one. And like, you know, IG Live where you have to, you know, everybody seeing your conversation is kind of just like more of a personal thing.
Right. I like that.
Virtual meet and greet. It's a virtual after party.
Right. Would you say that that's probably like your most enjoyable moment of the concert, or what do you like most about just performing, period?
I like reading the comments, like during the show, like in between songs. I don't really like go through and read every single one, but I'm glancing at it while I'm performing. I can see like the heart emojis, or like I can see everything they say while I'm performing. Like you'll see me you probably gonna see me sometimes like glancing over at it, because I did on my last show. Like I was like looking off camera while I'm performing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I like that. And of course, like talking to the fans, it's always fun because you just be surprised who your fans are and what their life is actually like. You know, talking to single mothers on Valentine's Day who didn't have nobody but their kids. Talking to couples that just got married. You know, talking to people who grew up where I'm from, like, yo, you remember this? I'm like, wow, like, you know, you just never know. It's fun.
True. So many different, like you said, personalities, different vibes.
Yeah.
Which leads me to saying, you know, we've seen you grow up right before our eyes. We've witness you on the screen, big screen as an actor and shows during your thing. And with this being said, a lot of people may have an idea of who they think Mario is. But in your own words, tell us, who is Mario? And like, what brings you joy? What makes you happy?
It's Mario. Mario is a multi-dimensional being who incarnated in this lifetime through very crazy turmoil, and they turn it into blessings. And now,
Can't hear you. I think
now through many different. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. It was probably your air conditioner.
I'm gonna start over, all right?
Okay.
Start. So wait, was the camera was over here, right? Yeah. All right. So Mario, who is Mario? Mario is a multidimensional being who incarnated in this life. Started off crazy when I was younger, and then, I basically turned on my curses and the blessings. I grew up in a crazy way, and then as I got older, and as I had this opportunity in music, I just started to like really use that energy to keep myself grounded. And now I'm an example to not only young artists coming up, but also people who come from where I come from Baltimore. I'm carrying the torch for um, my younger siblings and my cousins, my family members. My grandmother who I lost when I was 12, she told me never stop doing what I'm doing. So I'm just a person who loves to learn. I love music, but outside of music, I love to learn. I love to read. I love to express myself in many different mediums that I'm going to be sharing over the next couple of years, from my book to the films that I'm working on. I'm a God-fearing man.
Amen.
And somebody who just likes to make the most out of life. So, yeah, that's who I am.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, you probably get asked this a lot, and I know people like to pry in people's business, but on a serious note, we're hitting the age, like, not that it has to be a time limit when you have to do any of this, but I get asked
Right.
this question. I'm sure you get asked this question pretty often about, when do you see yourself, or do you ever see yourself wanting to settle down and, recreate life and get married and venture into that whole another dimension
You
of
know,
mind?
I would say this. I choose to be a balanced person on a day-to-day basis, but I think there's a lot of things I got to work on as a man, as a person, that doesn't make myself a perfect match for somebody who's looking for like the simple life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I definitely am a good partner. I'm a great partner. But to be honest, marriage is not something that I ever fantasized about or thought about for me.
Mm-hmm.
I've always thought about being a leader in creating change for the culture from where I come from, and also just being more of a world leader, like doing something that's bigger than just music, bigger than just me. And I think that requires a lot of my energy and time and focus. I never saw myself like settling down and having a family. Like, I don't know why. I'm sorry.
I was like, you
Yeah,
still
sorry.
there? Okay.
Yeah, it's somebody just calling me. Yeah, but I never saw myself doing that. But I don't know. Maybe one day
Yeah.
that could change. I am dating right now, and I think that it's definitely incredible what you learn about yourself and about love when you're dating. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful experience, and I love it. But you know, haven't thought about marriage yet.
You never know. Never
You
know.
never know, right? You never know. I think that there's a lot of things that I need to do in the world before I settle down.
I
A
feel
lot
you.
of changes that need to happen.
I feel you. I feel you.
But
Well,
maybe me and
yeah,
my wife will do that together. Who knows?
correct. Correct. Very true. Okay, well, before I let you get back to your shopping and back to your day, would you be so kind to give us just a little taste of what Saturday may sound like?
Saturday is gonna sound incredible. Now, do you have a request? Because
Um, well, you're already saying one of my favorite songs, but I feel like why not give us a little bit of luxury love, because I'm really on that song right now. It's my vibe.
that's your vibe right now. Okay. You know that I'm the one, but you were always taken. I ain't got no time to wait. I knew I wanted you. Thank God now I can show it. All this love you feel like you don't deserve from me. Baby, you've been waiting. Here it is for free. We can't keep playing these games like you don't deserve to be. Present here with you. You present for me. So I can't wait to do that for y'all. It's going down this Saturday.
Yes. And how can people get tickets?
You can go to my Instagram, link in my bio, or you can go to mandolin.com and get that. But yeah, just hit me up on the gram. Go to the link in the bio. It's the easiest way.
Yay. Well, we thank you so much for joining us in the Skyy Lounge. It's been so much fun. We are huge
It's been my
supporters.
pleasure.
Yes, and we can't wait to see the concert on Saturday. So